Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about something really fascinating, especially if you read Jewish or have ever wrestled with what Isaiah 53 is actually saying. You know, a lot of us grew up hearing that Isaiah 53 was all about the people of Israel, that it wasn't messianic, that it had nothing to do with the Messiah. But when you actually start digging into older rabbinic writings, things get really interesting. Let's start with the Talmud Sanhedrin 9:8a. This is important because in his commentary on the Talmud, Rashi himself connects Isaiah 53 to the King Messiah. He describes the Messiah suffering for the sick and stricken, referencing Isaiah 53 directly. He was pierced for our transgressions, and he bore our sicknesses. So even though Rashi says something different in his commentary on the Tanakh, claiming Isaiah 53 is about Israel, he's clearly affirming in the Talmud that it applies to the suffering Messiah. And Rashi wasn't alone. Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, traditionally believed to have written the Zohar, teaches in his Midrash that Isaiah 53:3 refers to the Messiah, son of David. He says the Messiah will be revealed, but Israel will want to stone him, thinking he's a liar because they believe the Messiah had already died. They will reject him, fulfilling the verse, despised and rejected of men, and he will hide himself. Even more powerful, he explains Isaiah 53:5 by saying that since the Messiah bears our iniquities, which causes his wounds, anyone who refuses to accept this truth will have to bear the punishment themselves. This aligns incredibly closely with what followers of Yeshua have always believed. Rabbi Moshe Alshech also affirms this view, stating that all rabbis accept that the prophet is speaking of the Messiah, and that the Messiah takes on suffering for the sins of others. He divides the sufferings of the world into thirds, with 1/3 falling on the King Messiah. Rabbi Menachem Azariah de Fano, a prominent Kabbalist from the 1500s, explains Isaiah 53:10 as the Messiah making his soul a trespass offering, just like the sacrifices in the temple. He identifies the servant as Menachem, son of Amiel, and affirms that the servant suffers and then is glorified. The Chassidat Agra de Kala points out that Isaiah 53:6 describes the people of Israel as the ones who went astray, but it doesn't say they bear the punishment. Instead, it says God laid their iniquity on him, the servant, not the people. In Haikalot Rabbati, sections 34-5 to 35-1, this rejection is echoed again. The mighty ones of Israel will later realize they rejected the Messiah and regret it. They will quote Isaiah 53:6 in their confession. Even the Targum Yonathan, an Aramaic paraphrase of the prophets, applies Isaiah 53:5-7 and 11-12 to the Messiah. When even Targum Yonathan admits this is messianic, it's hard to ignore. So when we look at all of this, Rashi, Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, Menachem Azariah de Fano, Haikalot Rabbati, and Targum Yonathan, they all point to Isaiah 53, describing the suffering, rejected, atoning Messiah. That's exactly what followers of Yeshua have believed, not out of wishful thinking, but because the Hebrew scriptures and ancient rabbis said so long before the New Testament existed. So now the question is, what do we do with this? If you're Jewish and have ever wondered whether the Messiah has already come, maybe the real question is, what if he did, and we just didn't recognize him. Just like Joseph's brothers didn't recognize him until he revealed himself. Maybe now's the time to look again. If this made you think, go read Isaiah 53 for yourself. Don't read commentary, just read the chapter in Hebrew and English, and ask God to show you the truth. If this helped you, feel free to like or share, but more than that, keep seeking. The Messiah is not hiding forever. Shalom, and I'll see you next time.